Hey everybody, I'm back. I'm Samantha and I'm a therapist, and I'm creating a video every day for a year to get over my fear of public speaking and social anxiety. And this is video 178 of 365. Have not missed one day. Thank you all for being here. Those of you who are here, my ride or dies, thank you so much. I appreciate you all so much. And for the new people, welcome, welcome. We talk about law of assumption and self-concept and how to therapize yourself, all things like this, all things happy, all things joy, all things abundance. So I thought we'd just kind of touch on a few things today. I know we're getting into the holiday season, so I thought about that today, about loneliness and stress and how things are just a little different this time of year. Some of you may not have a family. Some of you may have a family. Some of you may be alone on holidays. Some of you may be with dozens of people that you may or may not want to be around. And so I thought we'd talk about holiday stuff a little bit, throwing that in there in the mix since it's getting to be that time. So I don't know about you, but I think we all get a little bit extra stressed around this time. And so my goal is to not be that way this year. And my birthday is smack dab in the middle of all these dang holidays. And so it's always been a little bit extra stressful, I guess, in a way. And so it just adds just extra. And so remember that you want to look at everything in your life as something to be thankful for. And you want to look at everything in your life as something that benefits you. And so remember that everything that you're looking at, you're giving a meaning to it. So as I just said a second ago, this time of year is a little crazy and it's a little more stressful than normal. Well, I just gave a meaning to the holiday season. Instead of saying, what a beautiful time this is. This is amazing. Family and holiday lights and holiday gifts and, food and gaining weight and all of those things. And so it depends on how everybody looks at it. Some people love holiday season. I'm kind of half and half. It's been stressful my entire life, I would say. And I've spent holidays alone before, and I've spent birthdays alone, and then I've spent birthdays and holidays with tons of family and lots of food and lots of laughter, and then lots of tears before, and lots of fighting during childhood during holidays. So I think we all have. Some of us have a mix of, emotions, I guess. And so this is a really great time to practice the law of assumption and the law of attraction and learning these things. And so remember that everything that you assume is the lens you're going to see everything through, including holidays and family. I think a lot of times when we have to deal with people that we don't normally deal with maybe during the year, that can cause an extra stress. There might be financial stress where you feel like you have to buy presents for people. And, this is just the norm, the quote norm for people. And so what we need to do is just keep maintaining this baseline thankfulness of everything that you see is benefiting you in some way. And all the things that trigger you, all the things that stir up some emotion in you, ask yourself why. Check on your definitions, like I just did. It's like holiday time is stressful. I think most people agree with that. And that to me is like kind of sad. Like I think we should say it's exciting instead of stressful. What if we started doing that? And it's all in the way we look at things. And remember, the way you look at things will start to change things, because that's how this works. That's how reality works. Everything you're perceiving in your imagination is going to be reflected back to you like a mirror. And so really play with this. Everything that's happened today, just for fun, I was like, I wonder why this happened, because I have clients booked during the day, and then I get, my emails and I get my comments on YouTube, and which I love. That's like one of my favorite times of the day is to answer everybody's comments. I just love interacting with you guys. And, just like, I don't know, just random things that come up, phone calls or whatever. And I looked at everything today and I was like, and then there's a couple weird things that happened. I'm like, why why'd that happen like that today? And that's strange. And I wonder why that popped up. And things that happen around me, like things that happen to people, I'm like, I wonder why I'm seeing this. And I just get really curious, like a little kid almost, with wonder. Like, I wonder why this is showing me something right now. And I always say, what is it showing me about me? And I just have fun with it. I don't get upset anymore like I used to about things. I just look at everything with curiosity. And I say, I wonder what I've been thinking the last few days that might have made this show up in my reality and manifest like this. So even if it's like an ache or a pain or something, it just has shown up for a reason to teach something. And so during this time, it's very, very important to go inside your imagination and start using it as a tool. Your imagination is a tool. It is creating everything around you. And again, don't trust me, trust you. Go try this stuff. Try the things that I suggest. Go inside your mind and start visualizing things and watch what happens and get the feeling of it. Become your own evidence. Remember, I've said that in a lot of videos. Become your own evidence. Don't listen to everybody else. If you can listen all you want to people, but make sure you're actually practicing things in your own life and in your own mind and taking something into your day that's maybe different from what you did yesterday. We got to change it up. And remember that how you see yourself is how you're going to see everything. So I just started one day. I don't know when this was. It's been a long time, but especially this year, though, I've really changed the most. And I will just like go hard on the things I say to myself, like nice things. And anytime I feel something that bothers me, I'm like, well, why did that bother me? I wonder why I let that bother me. I wonder why I chose to let that bother me. I wonder why I chose. I wonder why oh gosh, sorry, there's cats. There's an angry girl cat. Very angry at a boy. I don't know if you just heard that. Sorry about that. Cat fight. Oh my gosh, these boys, they pick on the girl every day. And then she'll sometimes pee on my bed and pee on the other beds here too. It's just, oh my gosh, she is just a mess. But anyway, and the boys are a mess too. It's like having 3 kids here. It's crazy. But anyway, so don't call me a crazy cat lady. Some of you may. I'm not a crazy cat lady. There is another person that lives here. And I don't think we have anything else. No, we've got ducks. There's ducks also outside and geese. But yes, I'm not a crazy cat lady, I promise. Or maybe I am. I don't know. But it's all in how we look at ourselves is how we're going to perceive our world. So you've got to start injecting these good feeling thoughts inside your mind instead of, I can't do this. I don't like that. Even just saying, I don't like something. It's sometimes like, even when I say, oh, I don't like that, it's still, I feel this weird feeling in my stomach. And it's almost like, I don't even want to go there if it's negative anymore. You just get so practiced at feeling good that you don't want to go back to feeling bad again. And I've heard people say that before. And when I finally started practicing that, I was like, that is so true. Because you just get addicted. I think Esther Hicks calls it, she's like, I'm a vibrational snob. Or she's like, I'm not going to invest my time and energy into something that makes me feel bad. Because why? And so that's the way I've been thinking about things too. It's like, what am I investing my time, energy, focus on? And is it giving me a good ROI, a return on investment? What am I getting back for investing this time? And the biggest waste of time is gossip, of course. That is like one thing I don't have patience for it anymore, like at all. I don't have patience for any of that stuff because I look at it like, that's not helping me at all. I would rather direct my focus onto something that's going to give me something back instead of maybe like take my time from me. So everything around us is trying to take our time and our attention. So we have to be very intentional with where we put our focus and go inside the mind and stay there. And we were talking, clients and I today, about like minding your own business. Like when somebody would say, mind your own business, that always seems so rude to me, like mind your own business. But it's true though. We need to mind our own business as much as possible. That means like not watching the news. And yes, we're going to know things are going on, but you do not have to mind that business. That is business that you do not have to mind. You want to mind this business. because that's where everything is coming from. That's where all your perceptions are coming from. And so you're just going to decide what version of yourself you're going to be every day. And that goes along with your self-concept. Like, who do you think you are? Who are you being right now? Like, what are your thoughts, feelings, actions? Check in with yourself, because this is like people-pleasing season, I would call it, where we like do things out of obligation. I used to like celebrate all the holidays and stuff. And nowadays I'm kind of like, I look at every day as a holiday. Every day is a holiday to me now, because I decided that I wanted every day to be Thanksgiving. Truly. Yes, we're not going to eat the big meal every day, but the essence of Thanksgiving should be practiced every day. The essence of Christmas should be practiced every day. We should be loving each other and loving ourselves, but we save that for one day. And so I think it's really a good practice to start being in the Christmas spirit and in the Thanksgiving spirit every day, starting today. Like, love yourself, love others, and be thankful for everything. Then you got a head start to handle, the people that might be coming over. Or you might be going places where you don't want to go, or you might be feeling uncomfortable. Just remember to shine your light. Create that light from within. If you're having like any sort of anger, anxiety, nervousness, apprehension, all those things, just remember that your mind is where solitude is. Like, you can create peace inside yourself and safety inside yourself just by acknowledging you, like actually checking in with yourself and saying, what am I actually feeling right now that I might be ignoring? What might I be fearful to let go of right now that I'm just holding so tightly to, that I'm just refusing to let go of? Check in with yourself about those things, because these things are sneaky. These old thoughts that were programmed a long time ago by maybe the people that you're about to hang out with next week that you might not want to be hanging out with. And so they're going to trigger you. And what are you going to do with these triggers? What are we going to do to prepare for this? And if you're expecting to be triggered, watch out. You're going to get what you expect. But what if you could start imagining the perfect Thanksgiving dinner with the perfect family and everything goes great? And just start practicing nightly, like right now. Start imagining before you go to sleep the perfect Thanksgiving. What would it look like? How would you feel? How many people would be there? What would you guys do? What would you guys talk about? Just start doing that and practicing now to get in the spirit, to where it's working for you instead of working against you. So you get to decide how you feel at all times. And I think the biggest thing that I've learned is like really truly mind your own business. Like, mind your business. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Truly, like, don't worry about everybody else. Don't try to manage other people's emotions when you can't even manage your own. Oh my gosh. It's like, let's manage our own. And then once you're able to manage your own and regulate yourself, then you'll find out that you don't even need to do anything with anybody else. In fact, you won't even want to. A lot of times we're trying to control other adults. We just can't do that. We inspire them to change around us. And when we remember quantum physics, we're actually shifting realities. They're not changing. We're just shifting into a reality where they're different, because we're different. So when I learned all these weird things about quantum physics and law of attraction, we call them weird, but they're really how reality really works. And that the world is a simulation and this is just a game we're playing. When I learned all these things, I was like, well, I'm going to take advantage of these things and I'm going to start practicing. And I'm just going to start seeing what I do inside myself. Because I remember when my mood would go up and down, up and down, up and down. Baseline, pretty happy person for most of my life. But there were times when I'd just be really up and really down. And I would let other people kind of trigger the heck out of me. And now I'm just like, I want to be untriggerable. And that's how I want you to be, untriggerable. Like, nothing really bothers you, because why? It's just showing you more of what you've been thinking. If you look at people, how are they treating me? How have I expected to be treated? How am I treating myself? These are questions we just need to really, like, no matter what we believe in, we need to really ask ourselves, like, how am I treating myself? And how do I see myself when I look in the mirror? And what do I tell myself? Am I nice to myself, or do I berate myself? And how do I expect other people to treat me? Do I respect myself? Do I expect others to respect me, but then I'm not over here, respecting myself and being my own best friend, but I want everybody else to treat me right. But it's like, I'm not treating myself right. So we have to really, really like get real with ourselves, have that real conversation to where we know where we're at and we can evaluate ourselves in the right way. And remember that your imagination creates everything. And again, don't trust me, just go try it and start practicing. But I will say your self-concept is number one. Like I don't know how else to say it, but like the more you pump and inject into yourself, the best things you could ever imagine somebody else saying to you, like your best friend or your spouse, saying like the best things ever that maybe no one's ever said to you. Start figuring out what those things would be. Like, what would you tell yourself? If you could tell yourself anything, what would you love to hear from somebody else? Start telling yourself that. And pretty soon your brain and body are going to start to believe these things. But if anything, stop berating yourself. Like stop the negative stuff you're putting into your mind. Because if you just stop doing that, you'll let the flow of energy start going again. That's wanting to flow through you. That's why we feel so stuck sometimes and blocked. As they say, you're blocked. It's not really that you're blocked. It's just like that you're not allowing like the flow to flow through you. It's like you're holding it away. Self-sabotage, we call it. There's all these labels, but it's really just you're just not feeling good. And so the energy is just like you're not going with the flow of the river. You know, you're in the boat and you're not going with the flow. You're just kind of like going around like whatever the world makes you feel. You know, remember you're in the world, not of the world. We don't want to be of the world. We want to be in it and we want to be experiencing it, but we want to be like of ourselves. We want to be in ourselves and really in our minds, figuring out what do I want? What is my desire? What really lights me up? You can have anything you want and you can be anything you want, but you gotta notice who am I being today? Am I being a person that doesn't expect that I can get what I want? Because that's a big thing. And then watch those definitions, like things that pop up, like how am I defining this thing that just happened in my life that triggered me? Okay, what am I going to say that this means? And then what am I going to say it means about myself? And what am I making true right now? You know, is this good or is this bad? Could I look at this differently? Could I look at this person differently? And it's very freeing. I think most of us want freedom, not just happiness, but like, I think freedom is a part of happiness. And I think we're just looking for peace and choices. And so freedom is about like choice, you know, to be able to choose. Well, remember you have freedom to choose how you feel, freedom to choose what you think, and then freedom to choose what you believe. All of those things go together. And so that right there is the power. The more you can harness the way you feel and put that, remember, we want to marry, like Joe Dispenza says, we want to marry a clear intention with an elevated emotion. So your clear intention would be for next week, Thanksgiving dinner is awesome. It goes so well. I can't believe it. This was amazing. This was the best Thanksgiving we've ever had. Oh my God. And then you have this whole vision, and how would that feel? And it doesn't matter if it seems true or not. Just the whole point is to change your mental state. We're going to generate a feeling from within. I always point to my stomach, my solar plexus, because that's where everything starts, I swear. Well, in the heart as well. But get into your heart and figure out, how do I want to feel? How do I want to feel? What do I need to think about in order to make me feel that way? Let me play around with it. If I don't know how to feel good anymore and it's just lost, let's play around with it. Think about something that you like. It could be just a butterfly that you study. It's beautiful. A picture of a butterfly. You just look at it. Wow, that makes me so happy. Anything. I mean, it could be the smallest thing. And you just generate that feeling and you feel that feeling that you've created yourself. And you notice, this is what I would always tell myself, like, wow, I created a feeling, but nothing changed around me, but I feel good. That's interesting. And when you get to that place, that's your power. That's your power saying, hey, this is your power. You can go there anytime you want to, and nothing outside you needs to change. How exciting is that? So you just practice over and over and over again, and pretty soon you've trained your brain to think that way. And this is just how this works. But we don't mind our own business. So I might title this video, Mind Your Own Business, to be happy, something like that. I try every day to get a little bit. ChatGPT helps me with these titles sometimes, but yeah, you got to figure out like what title will get the most attention. And so I try to fit the title in with what we're talking about, but it gets hard after 178 videos. So I try my best. But yeah, you just practice. You mind your own business. And just, some people don't like to mind their own business. They like to be nosy. And that's why Esther calls Facebook Nosebook, because it is. I mean, we all are curious about each other. I think there's a difference between being curious about somebody's life and then just being flat out nosy about it, like having to know everything about somebody. I'd rather you know everything about you first, because when you master yourself, you've mastered your life, and you can really, really start creating things, start aligning with what you've already created, actually. And then you'll see this huge change in yourself just by minding your own self. So yeah, I'll leave you with that tonight. I'm rambling again. I'm going to ramble for another hour. So let's just save that for another time. So thank you guys for watching so much. I appreciate you all so very much. Truly, 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 from the bottom of my heart. Seriously, I'm not just saying that. I promise you, this is like amazing and so much fun. Thank you. If this message helped you in any way, please share with somebody else who might benefit from it. And remember, you are loved, and remember what you appreciate. So appreciate yourself, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.